Okay, folks, welcome to another Best Stock Charts for the coming week. Today, we're going to go over our earnings trades. Why are you listening to me? How did we do last week? We're going to talk about our earnings trade on FedEx. We're going to talk about our swing trade on NUGT, which is the leveraged ETF, putting you long of the gold mining stocks. We're going to talk about our top 5 picks for the new trading week. Is it 5? 1, 2, 3, actually 6. Boeing, I tacked on as well because it's at a support level. I don't love the chart. I like the support level. Let's get to it. First, let's begin with a shout out to our sponsor. That is TrendSpider. Folks, don't settle for ordinary trading software. This is a must-have if you're trading in today's markets, because remember, the big shots, the whales out there, they're using algorithms. They've been using algorithms for years. Now, the guy next door that you're trading against, the small guy, they're using technology like TrendSpider to identify quickly support, resistance levels, scanners showing the best chart setups, as well as using their trade alerts to help identify great entry points and exit points as well. Not enough people are using TrendSpider to identify, hey, when do I get out? Identify your upper bands of resistance by a simple click of the button. So take advantage. There's a 35% discount code below. They have a 7-day free trial offer. I give it away free to our silver and gold level members. And I have a 14-day free trial offer to the Contrarian trader. Both links are below. You can get over to the website, take a look at what I have to offer, as well as TrendSpider. And they have a tutorial as well. A bunch of them, actually. Take a demo tour, watch all their videos here. Great support team over there at TrendSpider. Take advantage of their 7-day free trial offer. Again, I give it away free, 14 days with our silver and gold level members to the Contrarian trader. Let's get to it. Okay, so why are you listening to me? How was our week last week? It was very good. This is a very difficult market, folks. It's a very difficult market because people are so used to a bull market that they don't understand how to trade a sideways market, with especially a market that is now under a tremendous amount of pressure. So our week last week was good. We saw an opportunity early on in the week as they were killing gold stocks to go in, and we bought very, very aggressively to the point where I was too big. I had too big of a position, and I saw that they were beginning to peak out on Friday. We made those profits real. We booked a 14.4% profit on NUGT. What else did we do? Well, we had a trade last week. This is an options trade. The options trades don't show up under the performance tab. The reason being is that this is built for equities, and I have a Slack channel for members where I post our options trades, and we traded FedEx. And FedEx, we did very, very well with. We opened up 2 tranches of strangles, meaning, let's go to a chart. Into earnings, I sold on Tuesday or Wednesday? Tuesday, I think. The first tranche was a 265 strike call option, and simultaneously I sold to open a 205 strike put expiring yesterday. Then on earnings day, which was actually on Thursday, implied volatility rose. So what I did was I said, okay, they're bidding up the options even more. So I sold another series of call options, but this time further out of the money at the 270 strike, and even further out of the money on the downside to 195. You can't even see it on this chart. So as you can see, the high that we hit, they had very, very good earnings of FedEx. The high that we hit on Friday was a high of 260.50. So shy of our resistance level. And why did we put our strikes up here? Well, it suited us because the market makers expected a $16 move in FedEx. I go beyond. I add a buffer on top of what the market makers expect, and I like to double it up and then take a look at the chart and say, okay, let's say it's the $32 we're expecting a move on FedEx, because we don't want to be greedy. Selling options is extremely profitable, but you can lose a lot of money because it's undefined risk if you get too greedy. So what I do is I take a look at what the market makers are expecting. In this case, again, $16 move. I double it, and then I take a look at the chart and I say, okay, where do I have resistance above? And where do I have support below? In case this thing gets away from us to the upside or gets away from us to the downside. Where do we have sellers of like mind? Where do we have buyers of like mind? So that we know that our strikes will be defended somewhat should the strikes that we sold. And again, we're not buyers of options. We are sellers of options. We are the casino, not the gambler. So if we get tested either to the call side or the put side, where do we have buyers and sellers of like mind where we have a higher probability of those options expiring worthless or at least making a profit? In this case here, we made 100% on the trade, meaning obviously the shares didn't double or didn't drop 100%. We allowed the options to expire worthless. So if you really want to measure it, we made within 4 trading days, 7% return on capital. 7% return on capital within a few trading days. You annualize that, that's a pretty big move. So very good trade. Congrats to those members who joined in. I know Franklin joined in, good for you, and a few others. Okay, let's talk about our watch stocks for the new trading week. And before I do that, tomorrow night, besides hit the like button, subscribe and whatnot, wherever you're watching this, follow, whatever you do. You know the deal. Tomorrow night, Sunday night, join at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There's a link below. There are 2 links you can jump into, get your email input onto our email list. One is our 5 top favorite candlestick patterns. That's a 5-part video tutorial. The other is an alert opt-in email list where you get alerted 15 minutes to a half hour prior to us going live. Either one of those lists, no matter what, you're going to get alerted prior to us going live, about a half hour prior to us going live. So enter your email address. Don't miss out and join us tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we have a great time every Sunday night. All right, join us. Okay, let's get to our watch stock. First up is going to be Flowers, 1-800-Flowers. This is an extreme oversold stock. RSI at current is down at 18. I think that the daily chart is looking okay, but we could probably go lower here. Weak stocks tend to get weaker. Why am I looking at stocks like this? I'm very, very nervous about this market, folks. So I don't want to begin to buy stocks that are just starting to go down. I want to look at stocks that have already been beaten up where we have the potential for a short covering rally. That way we minimize our risk, we maximize our reward, and we know exactly where we need to put our stop loss order. And for all these trades, I'll be updating the members area with stop loss points, entry points, exit points for where we want to book our profits should we, God willing, make a profit. So 1-800-Flowers, looking good. We're consolidating most of last week. Volume is still very, very high. But what we want to do really is take a step back. Take a look at the monthly chart and identify where do we have historical support. Does it coincide with where we have support on a daily time frame? Well, we know we have support here. That's at around $19 per share. We know we have support here because it was resistance at one point in time before, but we closed down below that support level last week. But this is a monthly chart. Maybe we'll bounce back by the end of the month. Weekly chart. How did we close out last week? Still down below support, but we bounced off of another one. So what I want to do is I want to know if we break support. Because, you know, we have RSI 18, and that just barely makes it onto our extreme oversold screener. I would like to get it at a cheaper price. And I think we can get it because look at your volume last week. Very heavy down volume on the week. Daily chart. All right, so we know we bounced off a weekly support. We rallied on Friday, but then we reversed the close off the highs of the day. This can continue lower, especially with this kind of volume. So no rush here. The key to trading extreme oversold stocks is identify where you have your historical support below. That's number one, numero uno, to identify historical support below before you enter, because you know you have buyers of like mind at that support level. Then you begin to nibble, and you go into the trade assuming that your first nibble is going to be wrong and that you may need to average down. I know technical analysis for dummies always said don't average down your trades. In this case here, extreme oversold stocks, remember we're trading unsustainable downtrends. You're going to get a rally soon. So in this instance, it's okay to average down as long as you haven't broken historical support. Watch your support levels. If you break historical support, then you don't want to go averaging down. You want to look for that next support level. You want to stop out, look for your next support level, and look to rebuild a position down there. Weak stocks tend to get weaker. So Flowers is on our watch list. 1-800-Flowers. Another one that is an extreme oversold stock is SUNS. Now this thing has gotten beaten over the head like I don't know what. You have RSI with a 10 handle. Actually, TrendSpider has a 9.35 on daily RSI. So extremely oversold, but we can go lower. We know weak stocks tend to get weaker. Okay, now what we want to do is go over to a monthly chart and identify where we have historical support below. Do we have any at all? Why is this important? Why are we taking this time? With an RSI on a daily time frame below 9, isn't that a buy of a lifetime? We don't know that yet. We only want to buy when we hit historical support. The RSI is only a tool that we use to identify an opportunity. That doesn't mean we go jumping in with both feet, because you could have said that with RSI, say 15 on SUNS, and you jumped in with both feet back then with RSI at 15, saying, oh my God, it can't go any lower. Yeah, sure it can. All right, so at RSI 9, can it go lower? Yeah, sure it can. So let's take a look at what the charts on a monthly time frame are telling us of where we have buyers of like mind who will help us defend our position should we put one on. Let's take a look. Now I'm going to use the automated trend lines first to see what they have to tell me about where we've been and where we're going. And you can see that these automated trend lines in blue and red were saying, hey, listen, you have a lot of resistance above. The markets are sending you a signal that there are sellers above, vis-a-vis these topping tails on top of these candlesticks. They were saying, get out. And then you had this reversal bar here, and we took out what should have been support was no longer. It was support for a number of months. And after that, the rest is history. We broke down through support. Now, taking a look at the monthly chart, we should have some support down here. No, we broke through it. But this is a monthly chart. Maybe we'll bounce back. Let's go to the weekly chart. See what the automated trend lines are telling us. Oh, look at what we did here. I'm going to take them off. I want to put it on. Look at where we bounced on Friday, right at weekly support. Let's overlay monthly chart on top of the weekly. In dashed lines are the monthly resistance levels. Volume is still rising. Let's go back to the monthly chart. I'll show you a game plan in a moment of what we might do here. Now let's identify where we have support below where we closed last week, and it'll help us identify where we may be going next. There's a volume shelf right here. 1279 is where I'd start entertaining a purchase of these shares. Now that's still a far drop from where we closed on Friday on a percentage basis anyway, not on a dollar terms, but on a percentage basis, it's a pretty big move. So what I want to do here is I want to create an alert letting me know if and when it gets down there. We'll keep a little bit of sensitivity on, not too much. And we'll keep it active for a few weeks. No great rush here. Now, I want to go back to that weekly chart because remember the automated trend line. We don't want to ignore that. What if we gap up on Monday, Tuesday? Well, we want to create an alert letting us know when we break through it. No sensitivity, because all we care about is a close above this support level in green. Now, why am I typing this all in weekly time frame? Recapture of support weekly time frame. The reason is this, is that on Monday, what if they gap it, right? And it looks really good. We're trading above what was resistance today, being Saturday. On Monday, all of a sudden, it appears as though at the close, we're trading above it. Well, this is a weekly chart. What about if on Friday of next week, we fail, we fade, and we drop like a rock? Well, then I'm going to look like a pretty big idiot for entering that trade early on in the week. Now, if I'm going to use a very, very tight stop loss order, okay, that's fine. And then we go back to that weekly chart and we look for this support level of 1279 to get hit, then we start re-entering the trade. But not right here, not right now. More to come on SUNS. Let it come to us. This is an extreme oversold stock. Again, I hate to keep repeating this, but the pressure is not on us. Weak stocks tend to get weaker. Just when you think they can't get weaker, they do. So we still have a lot of big volume bars, as noted on a weekly and daily chart. These are institutional players. What they're doing right now, they're getting rid of their losers. They have year-end statements going out, quarterly statements going out. The last thing that they want after you had a big year in the S&P 500 is this dog on their books. They don't want to show this to their customers, so they want it off. So expect more weakness here. The next chart up, J-Bill. Now, this is a really good-looking chart as a momentum trade. And I spoke about this last week. This is a weekly chart. We'll stick with the weekly chart first. We broke out last week. Excuse me, the week before last. This week past, we came back down, retested, held, continuation breakout. Love it. On volume, no less. Love it. Daily chart. So J-Bill's looking good here. The only thing in the way of J-Bill right now is the overall market, because the NASDAQ's taking it on the chin, the TripQ's taking it on the chin, the XLK taking it on the chin. That's what's holding back J-Bill. Not to mention the semiconductor sector broke weekly support last week. I went over with that with members in the week ahead commentary posted in the members area today. So if you're a member, you haven't seen that yet, go over to the members area. It's a long one this week. It's about 40 minutes long. Let's check out seasonality. We'll start with monthly chart first. This is 23 years. Not wonderful seasonality going back that far. Let's narrow it down a few years. Let's say 2012. That works. 10 years. We're up about 60% of the times for the month of December. Let's take a weekly view. Again, 10 years worth of data. Going into the new trading week, we're usually up 70% of the times, and that drops down to 52% of the times the final week of the year. So J-Bill looking okay as we move into the back half of the year. The question is, will the overall market hold up as well to support J-Bill's run up higher? That's the question. So we still like J-Bill moving into the new trading week. Members, I'll send out alerts on any and all of these trades, in and out. What else do we have? Okay, the next chart up is TXG. This is a genomics play. Now, the biotech sector did very, very well last week. We are again long with CRISPR, doing very, very well with CRISPR. We're going to stick with that for a while. LABU, the leveraged ETF, putting you long in the biotech sector. That was up about 15% last week. Now, TXG daily time frame. Again, the power of the automated trend lines, folks. You wouldn't know this. Here, I'm seeing a higher low, but what else are we seeing here with the automated trend lines? Click of a button. Bam, we broke out. Outside reversal bar or a bullish engulfing. Again, that's one of my top 5 favorite candlesticks. Link below. It's free, 5-part video tutorial. We broke out last week. Very nice. What I want to know now is this. Do we break out? Do we put in a new higher high? Or will we do this? Will we pull back, retrace all the way back down here to retest yet again what was resistance for a while now? Remember, let's cancel this. Remember, this line in red. This is the algorithm. This is telling us a story here. This has been resistant for quite some time. Traders like me are OCD. We want to see retests to make sure that what was resistance is now going to act as support. That builds confidence. So what I would do with this trade here is this. If we get the pullback and a retest, initiate a position. Not a huge one. You want to stay small, especially with the market that's under pressure right now. Then, if I'm right, suppose the market says, hey, you did good. You did good. You're right. How do we know we're right? Oh, it's going up. Oh, cool. Oh, cool. So it comes up to here, but that's going to be resistance. So what do we want to do? We want to wait until we break out above it and we close above this resistance level. If we do, what do we want to do? We want to buy more because the market's validating. It's telling us, hey, you're right here. Buy up. Pay more. It's going in the right direction. Take a look at your RSI. Exactly what you want to see. Higher highs, higher lows, good stuff. I don't know if we have enough data for seasonality. Let's check it out anyway. No. So 10x Genomics looking really, really good into the new trading week. DraftKings, I spoke about DraftKings last week as a potential trade. We didn't do it. Why? Continuation breakdown. But look what the automated trend lines are telling us. Click of a button. It likes this lower band of support. So what could we do? We can initiate a trade, stop loss right below. So what am I going to do? I'm going to set an alert. This is me using technology as my risk manager. It's going to tell me, hey, you got a problem. DraftKings, which you just initiated a position on, has failed to hold. Okay. We don't want any sensitivity. Get that off. We're going to keep this active for a while because if we get long, we don't want to forget about that support level failing. RSI is hooking up, higher lows, good stuff. This is a 4-hour resistance level I have here, and we broke through it. And there's another resistance level here that we broke through on a daily time frame. Again, the power of the automated trend lines. Good stuff. Next chart up, PBR. All right, I always credit my members with charts that they find and bring to my attention. I did not find this trade. So this is for fellow member Larry. He's usually on our live streams, great guy. So this is the Larry trade. This thing's yielding over 18%, monster. This is an oil play out of South America. Now the macro picture here is not the daily chart. The macro picture is the monthly chart. We have a serious breakout here on a monthly time frame. So what do I want to do? I want to set an alert. I want to know if we break out because oil is under pressure right now. Energy stocks didn't have a great week last week. So that's why I'm reluctant to go in and start buying PBR. I love the setup here. I love the dividend, but I'm a swing trader, right? So I'm not really a big dividend guy unless I put it in my long-term portfolio. I usually use my long-term portfolio. I use funds, to be honest with you. I let somebody else manage it. So I want to see strength here. I want to see oil catch a bid. I want to see energy stocks catch a bid. And then I'll look to PBR to see whether or not it is catching a bid as well. And it looks as though it probably will. It'll probably be a leader, especially if the US dollar rolls over, because this is an emerging markets play. We're going to keep this active for the max time. And 4 hours is good. Our alert is set. Set it and forget it, folks. Let's check out seasonality out of curiosity here. The final week of the year is one of the best weeks, one of the better weeks in terms of monthly. Let's see if we have more data. This is not a new company. Let's go back to 2005. Seasonality is not great. I mean, it doesn't jump off the page like July does. I mean, this is a stock that you would want to hold your nose, jump in at the lows of May, ride it through July, get out at the peak of July because August is the mother of a month. So that's a great seasonality trade. So more to come on that if we get involved with PBR. Now, I know the thumbnail said top 5 picks. I want to go over a 6th. I want to go over Boeing because Boeing is right at my historical support level, and I've always touted as really, really attractive as a support level, and that's the 190 mark. I really like the support level. This is a monthly chart. Monthly volume is very light, even though we're down in the month. That's a good sign. Let's take a look at a weekly chart. A lot of selling in here. Volume was above average last week. We keep bouncing off of 190. Let's go to a daily chart. You know, despite the fact that I like 190, you don't want to force a trade. It looks like we may put in a higher low here. I may jump in on this one this coming week, but this is a market under a lot of pressure, Boeing under a lot of pressure. So we want to stay small through the end of the year and use tight stops. So again, members, I'm going to post our entry points, exit points, targets for where we want to book profits if we are so lucky to book a profit in the members area. Folks, if you're not currently a member, sign up for the 14-day free trial offer. Get TrendSpider for free. If you're not interested in my services, that's fine. Get TrendSpider, 35% discount code below. Check it out, 7-day free trial offer. If you don't like it, cancel it any time. They're great people over there. And with that, everybody have a happy holiday. And don't forget, Sunday Night Futures Live tomorrow night. Enter your email address on one of the two lists below and get alerted 15 minutes to a half hour prior to us going live. Thanks for being here, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow night. Be well.